Peace and love. Welcome in, everybody. I thought I would do a little live stream today, and I'm so happy. Happy solstice, happy summer solstice. It's been many, many months since I went live, so let's see. So, today we're going to be talking all about sacred sexuality 101 and how to reclaim your power. This is such a juicy, really, really strong, really, really important conversations to have with women. I am a sexual health educator, holistic sexual health educator, and fertility awareness educator in training. So I will be finishing my certification in a couple of months. So I've been studying this for a long time, even prior to my certification. And I've been studying it because it's fascinating to me how these ebbs and flows change for women, what happens to our sexual energy when we give birth, what happens to our sexual energy when we enter our 40s. Peace and love, like what happens to the evolution of our energy, how sacred this energy is, and how to cultivate it at any stage in our life. So today we're really going to be talking about how to reclaim this power for ourselves because it is so potent. It's so potent that people will bamboozle you. People will try to make you feel like you don't know your body or try to inhibit you from knowing this power because it's that powerful. I feel like I went out of focus. Hello. Okay. I just want to be in focus. Can you focus on me? You know that song? Okay. So here's the problem. The problem is that so many women, so many people grow up with culture, religion, and all types of programming about their sexuality. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of shame. There's a lot of guilt for having these feelings you might have. There's a lot of guilt for holding your sexual energy. There's might be just a lot of confusion and guilt and shame and what's going on. We're also like bamboozled and taught that our sexual energy is something that is to be given. It's a service, just like it's an expectation that, the wife should wash the dishes. She should also like be the provider of all this sexual energy. And that's like her duty. Hi, Kiara, right? So it's like her duty. As opposed to this is something that's actually within me. This is something that I feel. This is something that I want to express, that my pleasure is actually something that I'm tapped into and I want it for myself. We are taught not to own our desires, so that if we grow up in a lot of religion and a lot of different cultures, if you do have these juicy desires, if you do feel sexual, if you do feel like, I feel really aroused right now or juicy, there can be just this shame or this programming like, I don't want to be perceived as fast, or I don't know what's going on with my hair, but I don't want to express this part of me because I don't want to be perceived a certain way. So let me know if you can relate to this, you can relate or feel into what I'm saying right now. Just gonna fix my hair. So we can also feel disconnected from our sexual energy because of trauma. And there's many different forms of trauma, but it's any time that our body felt overwhelmed with the situation, like it was way too much going on at once. And so what the body does is it actually protects us in that it leaves. So we can just jump out of our body. And that is a form of protection because your nervous system is like, hey, you know what? This event is just a bit too much and I'm out. Peace. And so what happens is that we have this disconnection from our pelvis, a disconnection from a powerful center because of many different things, such as like I said in my last video, if you have a pelvic exam, regular doctor's visit, but if that practitioner wasn't present for you, if they're just entering your body without permission or without explaining, okay, or without checking in with you and being like, are you okay? Is this okay? How's the pressure? That is the way that our body needs to resonate with people who are entering our sacred space. So we're taught that even if you have someone who's like entering your body with that the wands, and then they're, like I said, typing on the computer, and they're just like doing all these things, but they're entering into the most sacred space that is deeply, deeply, deeply connected to so much of our intimate feelings, our deepest, deepest wounds. And so anyone that ever enters that space, including yourself, we always ask for that sacred yes. We always ask, we always check in with the body. If she wants to be entered, I go very deep into that, with my courses. So we can also be constantly overriding our readiness for intimacy. This happens so much, especially in long-term relationships. It's called obligatory sex. It's called, I'm not even ready yet. I'm going to override my body's readiness and just like slap on all this lube and just override her and her readiness, because we live in a culture that is snap and it's done. Think about Amazon Prime. It's like you click something and hours later it's at your house. You're scrolling on TikTok and it's just information being thrown at you so fast, so fast. So our culture is speeding up even more, even more, even more. But our bodies are ancient. We used to be by the sacred fire. We used to sit by the sacred fire. We used to be in tune with nature. We used to be gathering and being in nature all the time. We used to think about, when you're in nature, think about how slow things are, how you can just breathe. And so we have this TikTok fast, 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 but our body, she takes time to open. She takes time to open. And we don't honor that sacred time. We overriding her constantly. That can also cause a lot of disconnect from our pelvis. So I see so many women who are like, we're just here from the neck up, just here, thinking, analyzing, talking here. The energy's here, but there's a coolness in the pelvis. There's a coolness in the womb. It's cold. It's not warm, because the heat and the energy is actually all circulating here, as opposed to a nice healthy flow through the body. So another thing that's very common that can cause us to be disconnected from our sexual energy is a traumatic childbirth. I said this in the last video. If we have a birth, right? We wanted our birth to be like this. We wanted us to have the rose petals, and we wanted it to be a home birth, and we wanted someone to be, reciting poetry, and the doulas, and that was like the vibe that we wanted for our birth. And then what ends up happening is something totally different. Let's say, God forbid, you had an emergency C-section, or just things just didn't go, because as we know, birth, there's always the mystery of birth and all of that. So if there's a big disconnect, or if you had a birth where it was just an unfavorable event, that certain things happened during that birth, because during birth, you are so raw, so open. Your most intimate, vulnerable self is like put out there. That if things happen, we hold that in the body. If you had a C-section, your body's holding that energy. If you had anything, any doctor with weird energy, your body's holding that. Things that you heard during the birth, your body holds that. And so we as women have a deeply profound energy center, the womb. The womb is the second chakra, the Svadhisthana chakra. But below that is the root. And so the root chakra is the chakra that supports the womb. The root chakra is all about safety, feeling safe, foundation, stability, groundedness. So if we don't have our root, or if something is off with our root, the rest of the chakra system is not going to be in the fullness of its alignment. And so our sexual energy, it's in the root, connecting to the second chakra. So if we feel disconnected, if we feel like, oh, I have these feelings, but I'm nasty, if we're shaming ourselves, like this is all subconscious too, right? This is all subconscious. It's so hidden. It's so subtle. But if you're feeling these feelings and then feeling shame around it, or if you're not feeling it at all, let's say it's the opposite, you feel disconnected from it, you don't know where your libido is, you don't know why you don't feel those feelings like you used to, that can also cause shame. That can also cause you to blame yourself, to feel like you're off, to feel like something's wrong with you. And the truth is that nothing's wrong with you. It's just that there's a learning process. There's a learning of how the feminine in her sexual energy works and how our system operates. We are not men. But the paradigm and like what we're taught and what all of like marketing and media and movies, it only represents basically masculine form of sexual energy. And we can blame ourselves for not being like that. But the truth is, the way that the sexual energy manifests in the feminine is so different. It's so different. And so when we learn it and we honor that, then we can honor our truth. Then we can step into the fullness of like, what is happening and how do I express it? What's my expression of my sexual energy? And get rid of judging ourselves for it not looking like how it looks in the movies. And get rid of judging ourselves for not having our expression be what we see on Instagram, or what we think it should look like, because it's very different. Even getting to arousal for a woman is a totally different pathway. It's a different pathway. And so, what are some ways that we can cultivate our sexual energy now? Let me know if you want to know. If you're here with me and you want to know the ways, you want to know what to do, where do I start? The first thing is all about embodiment for you, for your own body, for your own expression. Understanding that it's going to look different on your body. But even the desire to heal this part of you, if you feel disconnected from your sacred sexual energy, the desire alone is the medicine, because you're saying yes to the beauty and the power of your reclaiming your sexual energy, reclaiming this potent, juicy, powerful energy. This is the energy that manifests in your body, that makes you connected to more of your beauty, to more of your radiance, to more of your confidence, to more of your power. Because if we have any blocks in our body, we have blocks in our energy. And the sacred sexual is a huge component. It's a leg of your expression of the divine feminine, because it's that energy that inspires the world. It's that energy that moves things, that inspires the masculine, that inspires people to move. It's that energy that it's the magnetism. Because think about it, if you're walking, right, and you're owning this pure manifestation of sexual energy, you're walking, you're holding it, you're owning it. This is the same sparky energy that creates life, because it inspires the masculine and the feminine to come together, the sperm and the egg. This energy is no joke. And that's why they try to keep it from you. They try to suppress it. Up until now, we're talking about it. We're shedding light on these things because you need to know how powerful you are. So the first thing that you can do, these are different techniques, is some breath work. Learn to be in tune with your breath, to settle down, because connecting with your breath, you're connecting and toning your nervous system. You're learning to connect within and calm down, and to feel into your body, into the inner world of your body. Your inner world must flourish. So calming down, taking your time. And there's even breathing techniques that you can do with your partner that brings you guys into like a deeper sense of holy matrimony, because you're breathing together. So breath work is one, very powerful, that you can do on your own, and you can also do within the act of intimacy. Second thing, oh my God, I love this one so much. Yoni massage. Yoni massage. Your body is meant to be massaged. Your breasts are meant to be massaged every single day. The energy is meant to be moved, right? Your energy is meant to be moved in the breast. And the same thing for your yoni, which is your vagina. So you can take organic coconut oil and you can do some massaging. There's techniques to this, but I think that you can also just use your intuition. And so anytime that you're feeling a bit stressed, you're feeling a bit disconnected, that is an ultimate self-care. Light some candles, set the scene. And again, this is for you. The richness or the poverty of your sexual energy begins and ends with you. It is not your partner's job or responsibility. We like to blame the partner always, but it's you. It's your relationship with you. And so the more that you learn yourself and accept her and love her and adore her and cherish and have that reverence, everything else will fall into line. But it begins with you. So yoni massage is a great one. And the third one is mirror work. So literally taking a mirror, having a beautiful mirror. I have one that I decorated it with different shells and things like that. And you're going to take this mirror and you're actually going to look at yourself. You're going to look at your yoni and just look. Because so many of us will go to a doctor, right? And we'll show up. And because they have those medical degrees on the wall, we don't even know them. But we let them into our most intimate space. But what about you? What about you? Looking at your own body, studying your own body, knowing your own body, being the expert of your own body. Do not leave that into the hands of just the medical system. You are a sovereign goddess. You become the expert of your body, and that begins with this playful exploration. That begins with just looking with a hand mirror, affirmations of love, of how beautiful, you don't even know how beautiful you are. You're a beautiful flower. And that helps to establish such a juicy and rich relationship with your body. Because you see her and you're like, oh my God, I'm so beautiful. Yes, it's not just for someone else to enjoy. It's not just for someone else to look at. It's yours. It's for you. It's for you. Mirror work is it seems very simple, but it's life-changing. So there's different embodiment practices that you can do as well. And this means that you're getting into your hips. This means that you're taking the time to breathe into your body, opening in the hips. I talk about this like every class because your hips are your fountain of youth. Your hips connect you to your inner world and the outside world. Your hips connect you to deep creativity and knowingness. Your hips hold all of you and your emotions and trauma and desire. And so the more that we continue to bring that energy down into the hips, the more that we're able to connect with our inner world, connect with our creativity, bring love to the shadow, bring light to the shadow, illuminate what needs to be illuminated, and release what needs to be released. Because there's a lot there. I used to have a dance studio and I would do lots of hip openers, and women would just cry. And I'd be like, yes. They would be like, Maya, I just feel like crying. And I'm like, that's completely normal. Let those tears flow. There's things that need to be released. Your body always has the score. Your body always remembers. Body keeps the score. I think that's a book. She remembers. She's holding it. So doing that release, embodiment practice. And we have the ultimate jade egg practice. Jade egg practice is an ancient technique where you take jade eggs one at a time and you go through these cleansing practices. You going to do an activation with the jade because it is a crystal and you can use it to manifest and you can use it for healing and all the things. So you're going to cleanse the crystal. You're going to bless the crystal, and then you're going to go through different exercises to get your body ready. And when she's ready and when you get that sacred invitation from the yoni, she extends the invitation. She says, I'm ready. She's begging for it. And then you're going to work with the jade egg. So this is the jade egg that I have, right? You have it here. And it comes in a silk pouch. It took me like 18 months to research the best place with the highest quality because I don't play around. And so here's one, medium size. And so what you do, you get the string, you string it up, and I teach all of this inside of Enchantress. And so here's the thing, I don't sell these jade eggs on their own. This is why I get so mad because they're not educated on how to use jade eggs. And so people are buying jade eggs and they don't understand, or they might even hurt themselves. Here's some misconceptions about jade eggs. We're going to clear this up right now. First of all, you never want to sleep with a jade egg inside of your body. No, no, no. Never want to sleep with a jade egg inside of your body. The jade egg is meant to be used in an exercise form. So you have sets, you have reps, you have exercises to do with them, and it is within the container of I'm doing my jade egg exercises now, and then you're going to release it out. It's a sacred time, and there's preparation that you do with your body prior, and there's preparation that you do with your body after. When I see people like just inserting it and walking around with it, it's you're not going to get the benefits. It's not meant to be used in that way. It's meant to be used as like an exercise, a form of reverence and self-love. It's a self-care practice. It's a practice with sets and reps. So people who are like walking around with it, think of if you have a weight, right? Like and you throw it in your book bag and you're walking around with it. Are you really getting the benefit of is that weight training? No. You could even hurt yourself because you're just walking around with this weight, but you're not exercising. So it's the same thing with the yoni egg. There's ritual to it. This is an ancient practice. So this is what I teach all inside of Enchantress. And so when you're inside the course, you get a link to my jade eggs. And I'm very happy because I just don't want people to be hurting themselves unnecessarily because they do want the benefits, they want the transformation, but they don't necessarily have the education with it. So most people just selling the jade eggs, but not selling the education behind it or even the acknowledgement of the ancient cultures that it comes from. Because this right here is so potent that it was actually illegal to be teaching anyone that was not royalty. That is how potent these teachings are. That's how transformative they are. And again, the richness and the poverty of your own sexual energy begins and ends with you. This is a practice for you. So you have that sacred invitation from your own body. You get to connect with your yoni and see what she likes, what she doesn't like. So then by the time you are married or you're in intimacy, you already know. You're the expert. Sovereign goddess. That's what it's about. So there's a lot of misconceptions around the jade egg, and so I'm very happy that we finally have our jade eggs. It's been a minute, so very happy. So tonight I just wanted to say hi and just shed some light on a few things. Let me know if you have any questions. And I am enrolling for Enchantress now. I'm so excited to teach this. It's my sacred sexuality course. I put my heart and soul into it. We have our jade eggs, we have our embodiment, and we begin on Tuesday. The link is in the description. And yes, it's at a pre-sale price now, and then the price is gonna go up tonight at midnight. I was supposed to do it last night, but I couldn't get on the live stream, so you have until midnight tonight to get the pre-sale price. It will never be this low ever again, but I'm happy to have you. Let me know if you have any questions, and happy summer solstice. The summer solstice is such a beautiful, beautiful time to begin again. This is not only marking the beginning of summer, but it's the peak, it's the ovulation peak time of the earth. And ovulation for us in our bodies is when we release an egg. So it's like everything gets multiplied during this time. If you have my newsletter, you know I talked about this. Everything is multiplied at this time. Everything is heightened. Everything is just, it's hot, it's fiery, it's just that energy. And so we're going to grab all of that and use it to manifest what we want to in this life. So any questions, let me know. I'm here and I can't wait to see you inside of Enchantress. Let me see if I can add the link inside the chat, if I know how to do that. Yes. You are so welcome. You are very, very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much. Any questions? Any comments? Everyone's resonating with this. I feel like I'm going to be screaming this from the mountaintop. There's so much misinformation going on, there's so much shame. And we are the generation that has our voice. We are the generation that has these platforms. We have the internet. And I feel like we need to just be shedding light on all of these things that were kept very hidden from us and keeping us in shame and keeping us disempowered from knowing the potency of our energy and the potency of our power. And this is what this channel is all about. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Have a beautiful, beautiful summer solstice. And I will see you inside of Enchantress, or I'll see you in another video. Peace and love.